Coming up on Delmarva Sports Insider, North Carolina and Cambridge doing battle. This one came down to the final seconds. Those highlights coming up.
And in Delaware, Lake Forest puts their undefeated start to the season on the line in their biggest rivalry game of the year. Lake and Milford highlights in just under 10 minutes.
And on to the mats, two heavyweights, Parkside and Kent Island, doing battle. Only one would have come out still undefeated. Stick around to see who that was.
And with that, welcome into the first Delmarva Sports Insider of 2019. I'm Julian Sador alongside the new look Trayvon Miles and Jonah Rasucci.
Where'd the dreads go, man?
They're gone, man.
They're all gone.
Going with the old year.
New year,
Yeah.
no dreads, right?
That's right.
Hey guys, there's no time to waste because we want to dive right into
Yeah.
things. A lot of action to start out with the Bayside. A great game out in Ridgely, right?
Exactly right. Cambridge having a renaissance year, of course, with the new hiring of a great coach in Coach Marty Bailey.
And North Carolina, a down year, the opposite end of things. They made
Very
the 2A
bad.
state finals last season, but they've lost three key seniors. And we preview both these teams because it's Bulldogs and Vikings. First half, J.B. Brown. He's going to stop and pull up from three in transition.
Okay.
The Bulldogs would have the 30-29 lead at half.
JB.
We're going to fast forward to the final minutes of the fourth. The steal and finish from Vajon Ashley gives the Vikings the lead. And then the other way down the court, Vital Bonds, he hits the three, so the Bulldogs retake the lead.
30 seconds to go. Keyshawn Potter somehow, I don't know how he got that to go with the left hand. Cambridge leading by one, and this is how it would end. First shot from Corey Hall. Off the rim, offensive rebound to Brown, and this three, a little long, and one final shot as the buzzer sounds. Also no good. How about Potter with the game winner as Cambridge South Dorchester picks up a huge road win, 51-50.
I all started from the timeout. I told my teammates, work hard. If we work hard, we'll win the game. I just hope my guys keep working hard like we did today. Thanks to the coaches, they brought us in this game, tell us to be ready, and we were ready for them.
All right, Jonah Trey, talk to me. Not a great Governor's Challenge performance for CSD.
No.
So what is the importance of coming back, starting the new year with a win like this?
I think obviously it puts you in a driver's seat in the North. We talked a lot about Easton this year. We talked about North Carolina as well and the mergers they had last year. But we got to talk about Cambridge, man, and how sneaky good this team is becoming.
Yeah,
that's a huge win.
Like
that's a huge win in the other team's gym.
And I think what speaks volumes for this Cambridge team is that it's not one or two players, it's everyone. Their first man to the ninth man coming off the bench, all getting in the scorebooks, all contributing on both the offensive and defensive ends. Marty Bailey has this team ready to go.
Got to have some Coach of the Year votes for Coach Bailey. I'm already thinking that.
Exactly.
I got to ask you on the flip side, though, for North Carolina, how much does that hurt? 3 chances to
rough,
win
man.
it. I mean, they got to rebound the season somehow, right?
It's rough, and we talked about it. We thought last year this team was a team that was dangerous. This year, no Joey Adams, no David Bailey, you have Kendron Wayman, but those big guns aren't there to save you this year. So
making the run to the 2A finals, we knew what was going to happen losing those seniors when they graduated with the 2,000-point scorers in Joey and David. But to see them come out and struggle like this early on in the season, not encouraging for Coach Perry. But we're going to move over here to Salisbury for a 3A battle. The big schools, class foes Decatur and Bennett got together for their first of a possible 3 matchups this season. The Clippers getting some help off their bench early. Shane Powell going to pull up and get the board for the putback. 10 points for number 35 on the night. And then later, another guy off the bench, Jordan Williams, going to catch the elbow and drain the 3. 9 points for him at the half. Clips lead by 12 at the break. Second half, the Seahawks starting to cut into this lead. Gabe Aluma, the dancing bear, gets inside for an easy 2. And then later, it's his front court mate, Churchill Bounds. We've heard his name a lot. It's Decatur, gets it to a deficit of 6 in the third, but Bennett puts together an 11-3 run to start the fourth. Jarrell Spates nails the 3. Bennett survives round 1 with a 66-54 win at home.
How about back to Caroline County? Colonel Richardson hosting Kent County. The Stars out in this one. Jay Sean Freeman is one of them. He got things started. Easily one of the best scorers in the Bayside.
Buckets.
2 of his 18 points on the night. Well, the Colonels, they got this guy, Deontay Dickerson. No-look pass in here up to Jalen Duncan for the wide-open layup. That was a dime, Dickerson. Trojans making a push before the half. Nitre Green, nice steal. Getting smacked upside the head. He's still got the end one. Kent going into the break up 7. Second half, Colonel climbing their way back
Dickerson.
into it. Courtesy of Dickerson, that three right there gave them the lead.
And the point.
And they would not let it go. Carter Ferguson on the inside with another bucket. CR with a big home win by a final of 59-50.
And this one tonight, Ken Island out in Hurlock taking on North Dorchester. Bucks out to an early 6-0 lead, but the Eagles would have the answer. Jaheim Copper finds Rasan Mason underneath for the reverse. And then Copper on the receiving end, bucket plus the foul. Dorchester would retake the lead in the first quarter. End of the first half, Tyquan Courtney with the corner triple before the half. Bucks up 4. In second half, KI just taking over. Malachi Graham with the Euro step up and under. Bucks take the double-digit lead, so North Dorchester trying to find some form of life. Mason from straight on, off the backboard to stop the bleeding, but that would only be temporary. Courtney with the and one. KI rolls in this one, 64-39.
And a few more scores around the Bayside. Crisfield with a 17-point win over Snow Hill. All these games from last night. Parkside with a 14-point win over Pocomoke, despite a game-high 29 points from Warriors sophomore guard Charles Fittingham. Also, too, Pocomoke had a 20-point lead in this one.
And lost by,
what, I don't know how to explain that. Easton staying perfect in the north. Ken Island also a home victory over Washington yesterday, and also Queen Anne's and Y High also with victories on the night last night.
So Y High with a victory last night. We see Crisfield with a victory there. We kind of talked about it with CSD. Overall for the Bayside, Governor's Challenge, probably something they want to put in the rearview mirror.
Absolutely.
Yes, to say the least.
What have we seen so far that kind of gears them up for the second half or the rest of the season, I should say?
I think the way Y High responded, obviously, against the Mardella team, who is clearly not as talented as they are, but I like the way they responded. Also really like what James M. Bennett's doing. To get a win like that, and it was a very dominant win. I was at the game. Game never got within 6 points. The Decatur didn't, even with those big guys inside. Wow. So I really like what Coach Dre Collins is doing over there.
And especially, let's talk about Parkside really quick. Down 20, come back and win by 14. Pocomoke, having a down year, to say the least. So coming back and responding after their tough Governor's Challenge and then a tough start against Pocomoke, obviously an enlightening win for Coach Dave Byer and the Rams over there at Parkside.
Absolutely.
There we go. So fair to say that the Governor's Challenge is a learning experience for a lot of these teams and something that they can actually build on going forward, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I don't want to sound like a beaten drum. I mean, when you get your butt kicked, I mean, you're gonna learn from it. So that's just what I think about it. This is honest.
Now, someone who did better than Maryland in the Governor's Challenge are our neighbors to the north.
Let's get to them.
I think they have a couple more wins. In the first state, two teams going in very different directions got together. Cape hosting Sussex Tech. Ravens on a hot streak as of late, winners of 2 straight. Cape coming in with 2 straight losses. Ethan Pyers gets the kick out of the top of the tee and knocks down the triple. He had 18, but it was all Tech, especially on D. Skylar Johnson, he used to go to Cape. He gets the steal and passes it off to Devin Reynolds. He gets the layup to go. And then this time it's Johnson taking it in himself. In the lane for the lefty layup, plus the contact. Tech up 28 at half on the road. I think this is the most empty we've seen Cape Henlopen's gym the whole year. But coming out hot in the second half, Javon Burton knocks down the 3. Then they get it to him again in the corner. He finished with 15, but in the end, it was all Sussex Tech. Time winding down in the third. Nathan Sivils gets it and knocks down the 3. The Ravens down Cape at home 69-54.
We just came out strong. Coach told us intensity from the last couple games, so we just brought it out on the floor here. I mean, they have a very great guard, so I mean, we know we had to stop him, of course. And so it just took it over to defense, and then defense translated to offense. We 0-2 in the conference. Caravel topped us off. So at the end of the day, that's going to come up as a big win.
Also in Delaware last night, 2 of the state's biggest rivals, Milford and Wake Forest. Yes, the Spartans won the football version of this game, but coming out hot, Terrell Gibbs, check him out, looking fancy, spinning the lane in a fancy finish. Undefeated Lake was for a reason. They respond. Gene Sample with the kiss off the glass. Spartans up by 1 at halftime. Second half, the man with 2 first names. Now make what you want of this. Jarvis. Yes. He was racing like Ricky Bobby. Milford retaking the lead off of Jarvis, and they would keep piling it on. Jarvis, and more Jarvis. Game high 22 for Jarvis. He took the 3 right there. Milford ending Lake's undefeated start to the season by a final of 65-46.
I like that. I think we're going to have to start calling the law firm of Jarvis and Jarvis. No, there it is right
Absolutely.
there.
I haven't seen anything like that. A great week overall. That does it for Block 1. But coming up, we're switching it up on Delmarva Sports Insider. Some wrestling, including a huge tournament that got underway today in Easton. That's next when we return.
My name is Keyshawn Potter. I play for the CSD Vikings, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.